Hello guys, welcome to Interchange 3, Unit 16, Reaching Your Goals. In this unit, we are going to see some past accomplishments and also we will see some future goals, accomplishments, and some antonyms. Let's begin. These are some common goals and dreams that people have. Win a competition. Make a lot of money. Get a promotion. Become famous. Learn to travel light. Find true love. Run a marathon. Learn to live with less. Be able to help others. Be respected. Have a healthy lifestyle. Plant a tree. Talking about past accomplishments. An accomplishment is something that you get to do or obtain, usually after a lot of effort or hard work. For example, Ginger was able to buy a house in Punta Cana. They managed to graduate from college with honors. In the first example, Ginger was able to buy a house in Punta Cana. Was able to is like she had the chance or she had the opportunity. So she did what she wanted, and it was to buy a house in Punta Cana. After saving a lot of money, she had the chance to buy it. In the second example, they managed to graduate from college with honors. Graduating from college with honors is kind of hard, but they had the chance to do it. So we use managed to plus a verb to indicate that they managed it. They did it. They were able to do it or had the chance to do it. Talking about past accomplishments, you can use managed to or didn't manage to talk about past accomplishments. For this, you need to follow this formula. You need a subject plus managed to plus a verb in the base form and a complement. For example, Maria managed to get a job in an important company. In this example, she had the chance or the opportunity to be part of the company because she got a job in the company. In the second example, I didn't manage to win the math competition last week. Even though I participated in the competition, I didn't have the chance to win. That's why it is in negative. And when we use the negative, we use didn't, but the verb manage is in the base form without ed. For the next one, Jacob managed to participate in a very famous movie. Jacob had the chance to participate in the movie, or he had the opportunity to participate in the movie. And in the last one, my friends didn't manage to travel with me on my last vacation. My friends wanted to travel with me on my last vacation, but they didn't have the chance or the opportunity, maybe because they did not have any time, or maybe because they did not have any money to travel. These are some examples of the use of be able to and manage. For example, I am able to dance. I can dance. I was able to travel to Paris. I could travel to Paris. I managed to learn how to cook. I had the chance to learn how to cook. So whenever you say I am able to dance, it's to say as if you say I can dance. Whenever you say I was able to travel to Paris, it's like if you say I could travel to Paris, or I had the chance to travel to Paris. And if you say I managed to learn how to cook, is I had the chance to learn how to cook, or I had the opportunity to learn how to cook. To talk about past accomplishments, you can also use was able to or were able to if it's positive, and wasn't able to or weren't able to if it's negative. And the formula that you need to follow for this is the following one. You need a subject plus be able to. In this case, because we are talking about past accomplishments, you have to use be able to in the past. Was able to, wasn't able to, were able to, or weren't able to, depending on the idea that you want to express. Plus a verb in the base form and a complement. For example, Amy was able to find true love last year. You know that these days, finding love, it's hard or difficult. But in this case, Amy had the chance last year to find the person she loves or the love of her life. In the second example, I wasn't able to learn how to swim when I was a kid. You know that for some people, learning how to swim is difficult. And in my case, when I was a kid or when I was a child, I didn't have the chance or the opportunity to learn how to swim. That's why I use wasn't able to in the negative form. In the third example, Jane and Pete were able to buy a new car with their savings. You know that to buy a car, you need a lot of money. And in this case, after saving a lot of money, Jane and Pete had the chance to buy a new car for them. And in the last example, my parents weren't able to make a lot of money. So in the past, when my parents used to work, they didn't have a good job. They didn't have a good salary. That's why they didn't have the chance or the opportunity to make a lot of money because their job was not very good. So that's why I say my parents weren't able to make a lot of money. Here we are going to see some antonyms or some words that express an opposite idea. Adaptable. Someone who is able to change their ideas or behavior in order to deal with new people or adjust to new situations. Rigid. Someone who is inflexible, very strict, and not easy to be changed. This person does not like changes, new ideas, or opinions. Courageous. A brave person that is not afraid of doing dangerous or new things, even when they are not sure. Timid. Someone who is shy, nervous, or is not very confident, especially in social situations. They usually avoid attention. Insensitive. Someone who doesn't show care or concern for the feelings or needs of other people. Compassionate. Someone who is kind toward others, feels empathy, and is willing to help and support those in need. Resourceful. A creative person who can quickly find effective solutions to problems using the tools, skills, or knowledge they have. Unimaginative. Someone who is not very creative or does not have the ability to think of new or original ideas easily. Self-sufficient. Someone who can solve problems, manage daily tasks, make decisions, or live without the help of others. Dependent. Someone who depends on another for their basic needs like food, housing, or medical care. For example, children. Upbeat. Someone who is always positive and full of energy. They tend to stay optimistic even when there is a challenge. Cynical. Someone who is very pessimistic and thinks that people are dishonest and always motivated by self-interest. Here we have a conversation between an interviewer and Mike, and they are talking about past accomplishments and also about some future plans. Let's listen to them.
Page 109. Exercise 8. Conversation. Where do you see yourself? Part A. Listen and practice.
Tell me a bit more about yourself. What's your greatest accomplishment?
I think my most important accomplishment was the development of a mobile app during my internship last summer.
And did you manage to finish the project?
Yes, I was able to deliver the app before the end of my internship, and it has already received lots of positive reviews from customers.
That's interesting. And where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, I know your company already hires remote workers, and that's one of my goals for the future. So 5 years from now, I hope I'll be working from my laptop in some tropical country. A true digital nomad.
I see. And what do you hope you'll have achieved by then?
I'd like to have developed many other successful apps, and I hope I'll have seen more of the world.
Describing goals and future accomplishments. You can use would like to have plus a past participle or hope plus a future perfect to talk about goals or things we want to achieve in the future. For example, in 5 years, I would like to have built a house in Miami. By the end of 2025, I hope I'll have learned how to dance salsa. Right now, I don't have a house in Miami, but my house is in the process of construction, and I think that it's going to be completed in 5 years. That's the goal. That's why I say, in 5 years, I would like to have built a house in Miami. Remember that the verb build is a past participle of the verb build. And when we talk about build or built, we're talking about construction. In the second example, by the end of 2025, I hope I'll have learned how to dance salsa. Right now, I don't know how to dance salsa, but I am taking classes. And I think that the process of learning how to dance salsa is going to be completed by the end of 2025 if I continue practicing the way I am. That's why I say, by the end of 2025, I hope I'll have learned how to dance salsa. Remember that there are 2 ways to say that, and this is one of them. For this one, you can use would like to have plus the past participle. And the formula is the following one. You need a subject plus would like to have plus a verb in the past participle and a complement. For example, I would like to have moved to a city with a better weather by the end of 2026. They would like to have become famous and respected before they die. Ali would like to have participated in the Olympics before she gets married. And the kids would like to have traveled to Disney World by the end of this year. So right now, I live in a city that is very hot. But by the end of 2026, I would like to have moved to a different city with a better weather. In the next example, they are not very famous and probably they are not respected. And a dream they have or a goal they have is to be respected before they die. That's why they say they would like to have become famous and respected before they die. For the next example, Ali would like to have participated in the Olympics before she gets married. Right now, Ali is not married, but she wants to participate in the Olympics before she gets married. That's a dream or that's a goal she has. And the last one, the kids would like to have traveled to Disney World by the end of this year. The year is not done, the year is not finished, so the kids hope or they would like to travel to Disney before this year ends. This is a dream that they have. You can also describe goals and future accomplishments using hope plus the future perfect. And the formula to do that is the following one. You need a subject plus hope plus a subject plus the future perfect plus a complement. For example, I hope I'll have saved enough money to start my own company by 2027. I hope I will have become a professional bartender in the next 2 years. Liz hopes she'll have gotten fit in the next 5 months. Dominicans hope the president will have solved their transportation problems by 2030. For the first example, I hope I'll have saved enough money to start my own company by 2027. One of my goals, one of my dreams is to start my own company by 2027. And to do that, I am saving a lot of money and working really hard. So I think that by 2027, I will have saved enough money for that. For the second example, I hope I will have become a professional bartender in the next 2 years. In this case, I am taking bartending classes, I am watching a lot of videos, I am practicing in my house, and within 2 years, I think I'm going to be ready to become a professional bartender because right now I am in the process and doing everything I can to become one. So this is a goal for me in the next 2 years. For the next example, Liz hopes she'll have gotten fit in the next 5 months. That is the plan she has, or that's her dream. She wants to become really fit, to be in shape. She wants to have a good body. And right now, for doing that, she's doing exercise every day. She's eating healthy food so that she's ready in 5 months. That's her dream or her future goal for 5 months. And in the last one, Dominicans hope the president will have solved their transportation problems by 2030. There are a lot of transportation problems in the country, in the Dominican Republic, but the government or the president is working hard to make sure that by 2030, these problems have disappeared. That's why it says Dominicans hope the president will have solved their transportation problems by 2030. All of these are goals or dreams that people have, and they expect these dreams or these goals to be completed in the future. That's why we use the future perfect. And remember that the future perfect is formed by will plus have and a past participle. You can use will, the long form, or you can use the contraction, as you can see in the first example and in example number 3. Well, guys, that was everything for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.